Are you thinking about moving to San Diego, and is Carlsbad one of the spots that you've targeted? You've probably heard us chat about La Costa a lot, and that is a big part of the southern part of Carlsbad. And there are a lot of communities that have La Costa in the name. So today we are going to get into those communities. Some are newer, some are older.
I'm Chris Erickson.
I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And we love making these videos for you guys, but we're also real estate agents out here in North County, San Diego. So if you guys are thinking about moving out here, anywhere in San Diego, moving up to here, relocating, anything like that, hit us up, call, text, email. We got your back when moving in and around North County, San Diego. La Costa takes up a big portion of 92009 zip code of Carlsbad. It's in the southeast portion of Carlsbad. Basically, if you're looking at a map, you go down La Costa Avenue. That's a good kind of jumping off spot to where you can see a lot of the Costa neighborhoods. They kind of spread out from there. As we go through each one, we're going to give you kind of some insight into each neighborhood, what they're all about, kind of the housing styles, and something unique so you can figure out which La Costa is going to be best for you if that's the place you're targeting. So let's get into it right now.
So today we're going to start in La Costa Valley, which is actually where we're standing right now. We're standing at the community center, which they call the Valley Club here in La Costa Valley. And this is probably one of the best community centers in La Costa for sure. It's got pool, it's got tennis courts, it's got there's a preschool here, there's trails that kind of jump off from this spot too. So there is a ton that La Costa Valley Community Center has to offer. And then the community as a whole is one of the bigger ones. It's all single family homes. There's over 1,000 of them in this area in kind of the different phases of when La Costa Valley was built. And they are going to be larger homes. They're not huge lots. They're built in the early 2000s. So they're kind of in that time frame when they started switching to kind of bigger homes on smaller lots. But there's a ton of outdoor space, and there's a ton of just convenience factor here too. So Calle Barcelona cuts kind of right in the middle of La Costa Valley, and if you take that west, you end right at the Forum Shopping Center. So there are a ton of amenities in there, and great shops and restaurants and stuff, but then also Target and Walmart and all those other big box stores are just right around the corner from that too. So it is a super convenient location, and then just a quick jump onto La Costa, and you can get to the beach pretty quick from here too.
Next up on the list is Old La Costa, kind of the original La Costa. A lot of just older kind of custom feeling houses in that area. And this is located just south of La Costa Avenue, and just north of La Costa Avenue is the golf course. So Omni La Costa is right there. It's actually a great little spot for a staycation. There's a bunch of little condos and stuff in there, but Old La Costa on the other side is where you find all those single family homes and stuff, kind of larger lots in there. And it's just right in the heart of that 92009 zip code. Once again, super convenient. So La Costa Avenue, like I said, splits it, so you can just shoot down, follow that all the way to the end. You're going to end kind of in the border, Leucadia and Carlsbad, and you'll be able to hit the beach. Ponto is right down there, which is a great beach, especially if you have kids. Large parking lot, really nice spot in there.
So like Chris mentioned, there is kind of that custom feel in Old La Costa, and that's a lot to do with just the age of the community. And also there's just a wide variety of homes. There's, single story, like ranch style homes that are a little bit smaller. If you're looking for kind of that custom, not cookie cutter feel, Old La Costa's definitely got what you're looking for. The next La Costa you'll hear us say is La Costa Canyon area. La Costa Canyon High School is right in the middle of this section of La Costa, and it kind of encompasses a lot of neighborhoods. There is kind of the true La Costa Canyon neighborhoods, which are a little bit older, definitely smaller homes. But then from there on the kind of south side of La Costa Canyon, you've got Arroyo Vista, you've got Saddle Ridge, you've got the ranch, you have a ton of other neighborhoods that kind of get clumped into that La Costa Canyon area as well. So there are a ton of different sizes, types of homes, but for the most part, they're single family.
And this whole area is kind of right on the border of like Encinitas and Olivenhain. So out there in Olivenhain, it connects to a lot of the trails that go through this area of Carlsbad as well. So you can get lost out there. I've been running back there a lot, and you kind of zigzag in between Encinitas and Carlsbad and look at these beautiful houses, different views. I mean, once you get really back far in there, there's some gorgeous places kind of in the ranch, which is one of the bigger neighborhoods in that area of La Costa. The next La Costa that a lot of people look into is La Costa Oaks, and it's one of the bigger neighborhoods in the La Costa area as well. It's like 800 plus homes, a bunch of different little neighborhoods within that. And on this area, you're gonna find newer-ish homes, a lot of all tract neighborhoods basically, and on the bigger size footprint wise. So a lot of the homes are gonna be, 3,000-4,000 plus square foot.
La Costa Oaks also has two community centers. They have the main one, which is in the original phase of La Costa Oaks, got pool, clubhouse, things like that. And they've also got Splash, which is on the northeast side of La Costa Oaks.
In this community, they do put on a lot of, the HOA puts on events, depending on what neighborhood you're in, but like movie nights, poker nights. And convenience-wise, La Costa Town Square is right there, so a bunch of your shopping needs and stuff. There is Sinopolis, the high-end movie theater. You got your Starbucks, obviously. So a lot of those, not necessarily anything like super local vibe-wise, like restaurants. It's a lot of chain stores and that kind of stuff. If you want that, you could shoot kind of towards the coast. Lucadia would probably be your best bet if you want kind of that local flavor. That's in Encinitas. And then right down the road is Stagecoach Park, which is a big old park. Our little guys have played soccer. They have like a bunch of ball fields. They have a bunch of paths you could scoot around. They have concerts in the park during the summertime. So that's all within that little neighborhood area as well.
Next on the list is La Costa Ridge. This is a gated community within the La Costa Carlsbad area. Definitely on the higher end, bigger homes, not huge lots, but lots big enough for swimming pools and jacuzzis and stuff like that. It is kind of an Italian style community, like architecture wise, and they are just way larger lots. There are some that have pretty killer views on the south side of the community as well, and it's kind of set on a hill, so it's got views kind of looking in all different directions on those outside homes.
And convenience wise, it's not the most convenient neighborhood because it is a little further back from the coast, from kind of all the shopping and stuff. There are 3 gates, so there's like the main gate you go in and then a few others that locals or residents rather can use, but you don't have to travel too far. I mean, 92009, it is a big footprint, but it's not crazy huge. So it might add, 5 minutes or something to your commute or where you're going shopping or going to the beach, all that kind of stuff. Next up is La Costa Estates. It's one of the more unique neighborhoods that have that La Costa name. As you're cruising through, we've seen a lot of houses in there, and there's some really funky houses actually. Like they're like really cool, custom. There's bigger lots up there, so you do have some space available to build some larger houses.
And part of the reason some of them are a little bit funky too is they are built on hills. So you get a lot of homes where you're walking in on the main entry level, but then going downstairs for some of your living space. So we just see kind of a bunch of that style. Not as much of the kind of single story ranch style that you see in some of the other La Costa communities. This is more 2-3 levels in some cases just to kind of build into the hill. They have awesome views looking down towards the lagoon, and so a bunch of the homes in this area have views of a couple of different fireworks shows on 4th of July too, which our clients that have moved into this area, that's a big part of the reason they really love it, is those views.
And a lot of the communities, these master plan communities that we've talked about, do have HOA or Melrose, which is just an additional property tax on your property tax bill. La Costa Estates does not have that since it is older. You don't have a HOA, you don't have any Melrose. And if you're looking for something kind of smaller, condo style, it's not technically in La Costa Estates, but just to the south, just to the west a little bit, there's a big section of a bunch of condos kind of around that golf course area as well. So you do have some starter options right in that neighborhood as well.
The next section of La Costa is called La Costa Meadows. And if you are Googling this community, you'll probably find the school first. So La Costa Meadows is on the southeast side of La Costa Meadows, and then all the kind of communities that are around that are part of this community. You've got a ton of townhomes kind of right around the school, and then you got a lot of older detached houses kind of in that era where you've got the bigger lots. The homes are kind of definitely fluctuated in size, but they're all kind of in that corridor off Olga, running through La Costa.
In this whole area, you do get like a more semi-custom feel. A lot of the homes were built in like the 1970s and stuff. And like Cassie mentioned, they do have kind of those bigger lots, not huge, but pool-sized lots where you do have that option if you need it. Next up is La Costa Greens, which was one of the newer master plan communities in this La Costa area, like early 2000s to like 2010, 2012 is when they were building in there. It's about 12 different communities, so there's a lot. Basically Poinsettia, most of it's to the south of that, but there are a few scattered neighborhoods to the north of Poinsettia as you're cruising around. Alga Norte Park is right there, which if you've seen of our videos about Carlsbad, this is like one of the central hub parks where you got that skate park, you got a huge playground, you got a huge swim facility, ballpark, so if you got kids playing ball and all that stuff, you might end up down there a handful of times.
And so the feel in La Costa Greens is kind of that Santa Barbara Mission style homes, kind of that a little bit more light colors, red roofs, things like that. And there's definitely a lot of larger homes in this area. If you're looking for a bigger home on definitely smaller lots, La Costa Greens is a good option. And they do have a really nice private residence club. It's got a pretty pond in the middle. pool, clubhouse, all of that stuff too. So, and then convenience-wise, it is on the west side of La Costa, so it's really close to a nice big center that has another Sinopolis grocery store, one of our favorite spots to go grab a burger, Notorious Burger in that center. So convenience-wise, it is pretty close to a lot of amenities. We have a lot of videos about Carlsbad, so check out the next one that's popping up right now. We have vlog style if you're looking for kind of that boots on the ground look of what Carlsbad's all about. And if you have any questions or are looking to move out this way, definitely get in touch with us. Call, text, email. We've got your back when moving to San Diego.